Hey guys, so before we get started with chapter 13, we have some news items. You should have received the CHS Cougar News from Mrs. Franz. Please make sure that you read through this. It's coming to you, I believe, via email. Probably, I think they call it the Blackboard burst, the emails that get sent out in mass distribution to you and your parents. Make sure you read this. There's super, super important information in here. Talking about what the extension of the governor's order means to our school district and how we're going to do things for the rest of the year. Right here, revised end of the year timeline is critical for you to understand. This says Friday, May 22nd will be the last day for new learning at CHS. Unfortunately, that's not true for you because you are in a dual credit class with Black Hawk Technical College. So you will still get some delivery from me. However, if we look at our accounting schedule here, you'll see that I will have posted on the 18th chapter 16 stuff. So technically, I think we're on par to finish up before that Friday the 22nd date. But in case we don't, if something, for whatever reason, there's a reason to continue to post things in your Google Classroom, absolutely, positively, it can still happen. What'll happen is after the 22nd, that's going to give me time to reach out to some of you who maybe need a little extra help and kind of focus on pulling the rest of you who aren't through chapter 16 up to that point, which you still have until the end of the school year, which I believe, according to this, was June 8th. So, yep, June 8th. Okay, so this is still true. And I'm going to highlight that. So on the schedule, it's like that. But I'm just going to, take a big load off your feet right here. And we're going to go like so. Bam. Okay. So that's the only way this enforces us is fortunately thinking ahead and really glad I got this schedule out. We are going to be able to adhere to that 5/22 date. I just want you to know that if you are not done by that, it just means that I won't be posting anything in the Google Classroom going forward at that point, okay? I'm not going to say never because there might, like I said, be something I need to address the group on, and I will be continue to communicate with you that way, okay? So I wanted to point that out to you. Please make sure you read this. The other part is the pass, no pass grading option. I think it's going to show up as satisfactory or unsatisfactory on your report card. You need to decide how you want to be graded for this term. And this explains some of that. Also, the same thing is in effect at Black Hawk Technical College. So if you decide to go for pass, no pass, pass, fail, satisfactory, unsatisfactory grading, what it is at Black Hawk, you will get, of course, credits, but you will not have a grade point average, okay? If you have an A in accounting, even if you have a B in accounting, I would highly recommend that you keep the letter grade. I would go for the letter grade. And if you're not sure where you're at, then just email me and I can get that information for you. We can talk about what option is best for you for this if you're not really sure. But that's some information that I'll be requesting from you soon, and I'll post it as probably a bell ringer for you to message me privately what your preference is. Okay, so please, when you get this, if you should have already, make sure you read through it and you understand what the expectations are for the rest of your online learning. And then I just updated this to show you don't even need to attempt the reinforcement if you don't want to. If you would like to use that time after the 22nd to see if you can put it all together, especially if you ace it and it'll boost your grade up, I'm happy to do that for you. I will still honor that, but don't feel like it's anything you have to do at all, okay? So just get through chapter 16. All right, so having said that, we are starting with chapter 13. The last chapter, in chapter 12, we talked about how to calculate pay for an employee. And in this chapter, we are actually going to record payroll in the journal. So this is kind of interesting. It's a the payroll register is very, very busy. But that's really what we're doing in this part of the chapter. So there are 4 parts to the chapter. And again, this is pretty easy and straightforward. If you collect a paycheck at all and you pay attention to what is in all the detail on your paycheck, this is just showing you how it's recorded. So it's kind of fascinating, and again, should be fairly easy to do. Okay, I am back. So I had to go take my contacts out. It was a bit much. And it was so nice. I went outside and I think I got a little bit of sun. So anyway, so yeah, I paused that for quite a while. So here's your, you don't need to do these reading or activities or these animated payroll transactions. I mean, you can if you want to, but they're not required. So let's just start with your end of lesson review. In 13-1, we are talking about the different forms of payroll. Okay, I hope once again you are reading the chapters before you try to do the work. If you just jump up and decide to start working on the mastery problem, you are going to struggle to get through it if you don't read the chapter and do the work together on your own. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this. I would like you, before we get started, the T-charts that show how this is all taken care of is on page 379, and it's going to help you with this first part here in 13-1. Okay, so if you look at page 379, it shows you how everything balances out. So the salary expense is a debit, and all of the different earnings categories are credits. Okay. Going forward, I'm not in this camera. Okay. I'm sorry for being obnoxious with the new camera. I'm just adjusting with where to put it on. There we go. Maybe that's a little better. There we go. Okay. So not that you really need to see me for this anyway. Okay. So we have Lakeland Company's payroll register has the following totals for the semi-monthly pay period, May 1st through the 15th of the current year. Use T accounts provided to analyze the transactions. So before I get started, I'm going to make my screen bigger. And if you are on your Chromebook, that'll make it a whole lot easier for you to see what we're doing. Okay, so salary expense. Total earnings, right? So we're going to put 13,800 here. And then our income tax payable is federal income, so that's 925. And Social Security is going to be 855.60. And Medicare tax payable is 210. And cash is, what is cash? Okay, got my head on straight. So for our salary expense here, that's our total earnings. And then cash is what is going to be our net pay when it's all said and done. So you want to add up these three numbers, 925, 855, and 210. And we subtract that from the total earnings of 13,800. You get 11,819. And let me see if I can put that up there. There you go. Okay. So you're just going to subtract all of these different deductions from the total earnings to come up with your cash total down here. And the cash in this case is 11,819.30. Okay. So we're going to grade step 1. And yay, it likes me. Really, it's like it when it likes me, right? Okay. So step 2. Showing where cash is. Step 2, journalize the payment of Lakeland's May 1st through 15th payroll. On page 6 of the cash payments journal, the payroll was paid by check number 564 on May 15th of the current year. The T accounts from step 1 are provided in the asset question assets. Okay, so we have to now journalize everything we just did. Okay, so when these are all the different T accounts showing you what these are. So again, we're going to start with May 15th. Oops, sorry. May 15, salary, salary expense. The check number is 564. Is a debit of it is a debit of 13,800. And then the cash credit over here is 11,819. 30. Okay. And then we are going to do income tax payable, which was the 925. So we're going to type in, it wants the word employee. And it's a credit of 925. Okay. And then the next one is Social Security. And that is a credit of 855. Why is it unhappy with that? That's 855.60. Oh, sorry, I left tax payable out of there. Social Security tax payable. Okay, and then the next one is Medicare tax. And that is 210. Okay, so this is all there is to 13-1. Now, this could be a little confusing because these tabs are in this order, right? But it wants you to put them in the order. So like when you go to do that on your own, this might be why Abby had trouble. She said on your own for 13-1, it marked a whole bunch of stuff wrong. And I'm wondering if it's because these tabs are in order this way, because they're alphabetical. Okay. And for whatever reason, the answer key wants it to be in that order. So I don't know if that's the case, but when you do that on your own, you know, it might mark a bunch of stuff wrong. Abby said it was very picky, and she was pretty sure she had done everything right, and it marked it wrong. Okay, so I'll be back with 13-2.